Now, after a weekend of protests, calm has slowly returned to the streets of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's main opposition parties on Sunday agreed to form an all-party interim government. This after protesters forced the president and the prime minister to resign. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa today informed the prime minister that he will resign. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe also held a discussion with the cabinet ministers to form an all-party government. The latest coming in, reports suggest that Gotabaya Rajapaksa has in fact left the island. According to the Speaker of the country, he is now in a nearby nation. According to Sri Lanka's constitution, Speaker of the Parliament is expected to lead the political transition to a new government. The Parliament is expected to choose the next president within a month. According to reports, senior members of Parliament say that opposition had agreed in principle to form a government of unity with all parties. But discussions about who will be the new Prime Minister are still underway. Local Sri Lankan media have reported that a decision has been taken to hold a presidential and parliamentary elections before March next year. A stable government is critical for the country. It is in the middle of discussions with the International Monetary Fund for an extended lending arrangement. These negotiations, crucial to getting Sri Lanka out of its economic crisis, are now at a standstill. Today, the Prime Minister will also call for a cabinet meeting in the evening and hold discussions about the fuel shipments and foreign delegations due to arrive in the country this week. President Rajapaksa is likely to join the cabinet meeting via conference. Currently, calm has returned to the country. On Sunday, the residents of Colombo were seen inside the presidential palace. Some were curious, others marveled at the luxury. They swam in the swimming pool, some used the treadmill, others slept on the four-poster bed. And after all that, they cooked and had a picnic. Protesters say that they will not budge until the president resigns on Wednesday.
He has already told the speaker that he will resign on 13th. So we will be here till 13th or 14th to see whether he will resign or not. Because we are not we don't trust him anymore, because he has already broken our trust, our country's trust, and he has already sold our country. So we are not in the position to trust him or our Prime Minister at the moment.
We can't trust them. Since independence, since 1948, we trust politicians and we lost everything that we have. So we are not going to trust them. We are stay here until they resign.
The political chaos in the country was triggered by frustration over the worst economic crisis the country has seen since independence. The country has a severe shortage of foreign currency that has stalled imports of essentials such as fuel, food and medicine. The financial meltdown, worsened after the COVID-19 pandemic, hammered the country's tourism sector and slashed remittances from overseas workers. The situation has been compounded by large and growing government debt and rising oil prices. For more on the current situation in Sri Lanka, our correspondent Dasunia Thauda sent us this report from Colombo.
As the confirmation by Sri Lanka's Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardene comes, noting that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has in fact fled the country and will return to the island nation by Wednesday, which is the 13th of July, the day slated for his resignation. Sri Lanka's party leaders have now come up with a way forward, noting that Parliament will be convened on the 15th of July, following which nominations for a new president will be called on by the 18th of July, and by the 20th of July, Sri Lanka is set to have a new president. Who will take the reins and what does he expect to do to get Sri Lanka out of its worsening crisis is yet to be known. Reporting for WION World is one from Colombo, I'm Dasunia Thauda.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.